Black Gypsy here. In today's pick a card, we're going to be talking about how were you viewed as a child. So this could be mostly how adults viewed you as a child, or it could be your friend, teachers, anyone that you have interacted with. Sometimes when you were kids, we were just focused on like our video games, our snacks, our TV shows, and we were also trying to adjust what was going on around us. We were learning, getting used to the world, but sometimes we look past through how people viewed us because we were so innocent and we wouldn't think anyone would have the worst for us or have the best for us. But sometimes people can sense that a child will be something very big when they grow up, or might see the child as something they can use to take advantage of. So in this pick a card reading, we have two piles to choose from. These are characters that I grew up watching. In pile number 1, we have Princess Jasmine. And in pile number 2, we have Carmen Sandiego. This pick a card reading is going to be different from the previous because in this pick a card, I'm also going to be using index cards that I've created from my truth picture jar. So I'm just going to be putting my hand in a picture, and I'm just going to draw 3 cards to help me get like a fine-tuned message for each of the piles that are being created here for this reading. So the timestamps are in the description box below, and I'll see you in whatever pile that you chose. Hi, if you chose pile number 1, aka Princess Jasmine, let's see how you were viewed as a child. Pile number 1. How were you viewed as a child? Something tells me that I'm hearing the word opinionated. I feel like when you were a child, you had your own opinion. You weren't afraid to express your thoughts to other people. And I'm going to explain why. The first thing that came to my mind, we have here the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is someone who is very decisive. They know what they want. They have a clear thought and they're very disciplined. But it kind of came up in reverse. So you could be someone that had a lot of harsh words as a child. Or the parents. This could also mean like the King of Swords in reverse. It could also mean someone who is of mature energy. So it sounded like you were someone that could be, parents had to be a little harsh towards you to bring out a message to make sure that you follow their rules instead of you following what you think is right. With that 3 of Swords card here, this is a card about like heartbreak, stress, anxiety. It could also mean a card about betrayal. Again, like I was saying, I'm keep hearing opinionated, you having your own mind, and it was very difficult for like adults to influence you. You were probably someone that liked to talk back to adults. You were probably someone that was probably difficult to control sometimes with your mouth. So you probably were saying a lot of bad words when you shouldn't have, like cursing and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what I'm picking up here with those two cards. Now with the Three of Disc is about like collaboration, working with other people. I feel like when you're around with other people, you might have like a smart mouth. People might view you as someone with a very smart mouth, could be quite abusive with what you say to people. Okay? And also with the Three of Discs, people, I also have a feeling that people might have some sort of admiration towards you because you're not afraid to speak your mind. And people view that, people saw that potential within you. They saw you as like some leader. Now with that King of Swords card, I can't help but just look at that butterfly on the top. The butterfly is a gentle creature, fragile too, but as you can see, it's just standing on top of the sword, on the top of the blade, which is a very, dangerous part of the sword. So since this came up in reverse, like I said, you speak your mind. You're not afraid on whether or not your words would hurt someone, or whether or not it would make them feel a certain way. Like, I feel like you didn't really care about people's feelings. And that's how people viewed you as a child. Now, let's look at our truth picture jar. And let's just get like 3 index cards. We have jealous. Dangerous. Ooh. Stupid. This is a disclaimer. Just because you see certain words that you feel are a little mean to you, it doesn't mean like it's directed towards you. It just helps me fine tune to the message that you get from this pile, okay? So again, like I was saying, a lot of these words here, I'm getting an energy of like, it's a mean vibe, okay? People viewed you as like a pretty mean child, like I said before, okay? Since the word jealous came out, I guess people were sort of jealous that you weren't afraid to speak what was in your mind or stand up for yourself. We do live in a society where people are sheep. Their heads down and whatever they do, their heads down at whatever they're doing. But for you as a kid, you were able to pick that up at a very young age. And probably now as an adult, you probably still are like that, but you're being a little bit more vigilant. You're able to control that behavior because you start to see how it can have an impact on people. But then again, with that jealous card, I think people could have been jealous of you that you were able to stand up for yourself at a young age. That stupid card. So we do have the swords card here, swords energy, which is about intelligence. Something tells me that, like I did mention earlier, that you were a smart mouth. So you kind of made people feel stupid sometimes when you spoke. You made them feel a little bit little than they are. Like when you look at the Three of Discs card, which is a card about collaboration, you do see like these two people are looking at this man talking, and it's as if he knows something. Like it's as if he knows a lot. Like he's sharing whatever he knows. So maybe you were like this as a child. Maybe you were I can't help it, but you know when you watch those movies with like that are the setting isn't like in school, and then there's a girl and she has a group of friends and she's the leader of the pact. I felt like you were like that. You were the leader of the pact. So again, people were jealous. Maybe you were smart. Maybe you made people feel stupid, or maybe you were just saying mean things to people that are on the same level as stupid. Okay. And with the dangerous card, you know, again, this is a bunch of mean vibes. People were very uncomfortable around you, is what I'm picking up. Dangerous. You know, very dangerous. He's carrying a sword. I'm hearing that phrase that goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never harm me. I guess people were afraid what you were going to say next as a child. You know, you were either someone that was good with your words, or with that sword energy, you could also be someone that you could have been a child that was a bit violent too, like physically, because the sword is a weapon. I'm not saying that you were using guns or anything, but I felt like you could have been someone that was ready to fight people too. So, yeah, so that is what I'm picking up here for you, pile number one. Let me know. I hope I see you in the next video. Thank you. Okay, pile number two. If you chose Carmen Sandiego, let's see how you were viewed as a child. Okay, pile number two. How were you viewed as a child? There are a lot of cup energy. So you were someone that thought about friendships a lot. I'm hearing the word loyalty. We have the Three of Cups here, which is about like celebration. So you were someone that enjoyed having a good time. Okay. You enjoyed being around people. Could be your family or your friends. And then we have the Ace of Cups here, which is about new friendships, new emotions, new beginnings. But it came up in reverse, and I'm gonna explain why. And then we have the Four of Cups, which is about like a card about like someone who is very oblivious to what's around them. Could be a jaded in energy, you know, never really satisfied. So I did say loyalty. So you probably had a lot of loyal friends as a child. Maybe you had a lot of friends, or you may have a few friends, but the idea is you had a loyal group of people that you enjoyed to be around with. And with that Ace of Cups card, I'm getting a sense that you were probably picky on who you chose as a friend as a child. Okay? And that's why the Ace of Cups came up in reverse. You didn't want to hang out with just anybody. And the Four of Cups here, you know, if you can see this lady, she's just not paying attention to these three cups here. And then we have this Ace of Cups on top. Now, the Four of Cups in reverse to me is that there could be like, in this way, I feel like you wouldn't want to be hanging around with anyone new, because that's just the way you want it. I know these kind of children that are just like they want to play with a specific friend, and if they see someone new, they might think that you might not be good as the friend that they are used to playing with or talking with, etc., etc. I feel like with the Four of Cups card, you are someone that was very difficult to please, and the adults could see that. With that Four of Cups card, they might feel extremely rejected by you. Okay, they feel very, very rejected by you. They want to create memories with you, but for some reason, with that Ace of Cups card, you were someone that just pushed people away, and you didn't want to deal with people at all. Okay, not at all, but you didn't want to deal with certain people. That's how you were viewed as a child. Now, I'm going to go to the truth picture and see if I can try to fine-tune this message a little bit better. Mature. Heartbreaker. Yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Just as I thought. So obviously, the Heartbreaker card correlates with this Four of Cups energy here. You were someone that liked to reject people, and people fell out in the cold. Like, you see this woman, she looked like she's cold. You probably gave a lot of cold energy as a child. Hence why the Ace of Cups is in reverse. You're ready to block things that you don't feel comfortable. If it's not someone that you want to play with or someone that you vibed with as a child, that's just how it is. Also with that mature card, what I'm picking up is you were probably quote unquote mature for your age, and I say this because as a child you know what you wanted. A lot of times when you think of children, the parent is the one that tells them what it is that they should like, what is it that they should wear, and the child just accepts it. Okay, even if the child may not like to wear the green shirt, the mother says you're gonna wear that green shirt and you're gonna like it. But the mature card is no, I'm not going. I know what I want. Okay, and if you don't serve me, or if you don't want it, if I don't want it, then you need to go. Okay, it's not with the mature. I feel like there was a sense of responsibility. You know, you being aware of yourself a little bit, even though you were a child. But there's this. That's what I'm feeling with that energy. And with that quiet card, it could be like how you were viewed as a child. You could have been a very quiet child. You were, like I said, you were someone that I keep saying this, but rejecting people. So you give off this kind of quiet power, quiet energy, and with that quiet card, there's a little bit of insecurity. A lot of people are very insecure around quiet people because it kind of questions the person's existence. Like, are they good enough? How come you're not talking to me? Am I not interesting enough? Okay, you with that quiet energy, I feel like you could even ignore people as a child. So, how this affected you growing up, I have a feeling that you are a heartbreaker. I think you when you're older, you start to be a little bit more lenient to who you talk to. I feel like you're more open, but you still have certain standards when you meet certain people. You know, with that heartbreaker card, and I think there's a lot of people that want to talk to you. Maybe because you are a very attractive person. With that mature and quiet card, you say what needs to be said and you don't say anymore. You're very cautious, you're very particular on who you want to be your friend, and that is fine. It's not like you can be friends with everyone. So that is what I am getting from this pile, and I hope to see you in the next one.